turn at for good creative director Lashan Solar this who grew up in Georgia but calls Ukraine his fashion home. His day today doesn't look all that different. It is the same. It is, says me. The emotional state of the country that has changed dramatically. Maintaining a sense of the routine has become imperative to having physically, psychologically withstand the stress of losing a kid. It's art, it's a wave, and the people he finds endlessly inspiring, torn apart. It is still difficult for me to come to terms with the blackout that doesn't allow me to plan work. But when you understand the front line condition of Ukrainian defenders, this problem no longer seems so serious. It is difficult for me to come to terms with blackouts that do not allow me to plan work, but when you understand the front line, the condition of Ukrainian defenders, this problem no longer seems so serious. Shared the designer, who has poured his energy into making smart, cycled denim and the patchwork pieces that tell the country's story. In Ukraine, we now joke that we have completely overcome procrastination. You don't have time for long reflection. Everything needs to be done here and now. The decision to remain in Kiev was no brainer for Midterms. How could I go to the safe place and tell my team what to do? Who believes the Guru's united front has become its greatest strength as the Ukrainian fashion industry makes waves in an industrial market. Now buyers have paid attention to us. New customers have appeared. He says of his level expectation. Kept the party inspired. What scared us in February bring us smile today. We have goals and we are moving towards them. Maintain a sense of the routine has become and people Completely overcome procrastination. Procrastination. The decision to remain careful was a no-brainer for me. How could I go to safe place and tell Tim what to do? I believe the good Unifront has become its greatest strength as Ukraine fashion industry make the wave in the trade market. The decision to remain in Kiev was a no-brainer for me. How could I go to a safe place and tell my team what to do? Who believes that the Kudus United Front has become its greatest? Who believes the United Front has become its greatest strength as the Ukrainian fashion industry makes the wave in the industry market? New buyers have paid attention to us. New customers have appeared. He said of his label's expansion, helped in part by presenting goods work in New York and Budapest. What scared us in February brings a smile today. We have goals and we are moving toward them. Dina Levenko is 7 years old out where Label founder has been state station in Milan since the outbreak of the war, and the other members of the team was peripatetically around the globe, living in Europe and the US and Canada. Looking back, I think we did a great job of restructuring ourselves, and we still have the same number of employees. Levenko says of his label, which specializes in optimistically prismatic and technical puffer jacket, and has even outfitted a member of the National Antarctic Scientific Center of Ukraine. It was a scary time, not just because of the thrill of the violence, but also for the strength of the business. Before the war, Lanky was based in the Kiev, but the brand has now relocated its manufacturing facility to area of the country less at risk of physical threat, Ternopil and Cherkasy. In October 2022, the brand's Ukraine-based employees began dealing with the fallout of the Russian cities countrywide power outage. We had around 2 to 3 hours of electricity a day in our factory, Rebecca said. Could be mean an hour in the morning, that the way all day in the dark for another hour for electricity later in the evening. We've now bought in the installed generator that work off the diesel fuel for Rebecca. Resistance is symbolized by renewed commitment to the creation. This is our battlefield, he says. Asian pitch. Peripatetically. 소유학파적으로. Restructuring ourselves. Specializing optimistically. 낙관적으로. prismatic. 각기둥에. inform out of. As it is deep underground, it can be determined there was an immediate risk. The fallout. Policymaker also must take steps to minimize the fall of the 영향을 끼치는 러시아 inflicted 괴로움 등을 가하다. Controlled power outage. 단수 정전. Power outage. Generator commitment, renewed commitment to creation our battlefield. This is our battlefield. Tiberenko, this 7 years old outer whale level's founder, has been stationed in Milan since the outbreak of the war, and other members of the team work periodically around the globe, living in the Europe and the US and Canada. Looking back, I think we did a great job of the restructuring ourselves, and we still have the same number of employees. Livenko says of his levels, which is specialized in optimistically prismatic and technical puffer jacket, and has even outfitted a member of the National Antarctic Scientific Center of the Ukraine. It was a scary time, not just because of the threat of the violence, but also for the strength of the business. Before the war, Lenki was based in the Kiev, but the brand has now relocated its manufacturing facility to area of the country less at risk of the physical threat, Ternopil and the Cherkasy. In October 2022, the brand's Ukraine-based employees began dealing with the fallout of the Russian-inflicted countrywide power outage. We had around 2 or 3 hours to electricity a day in our factories. Levenko says this could mean an hour. This could be mean an hour in the morning, and then the waiting all day in the dark for another hour of electricity later in the evening. We've now bought and installed generators that work off diesel fuel. For Levenko, resistance is symbolized by renewed commitment to creation. This is our battlefield, he says. We for the Russian inflicted country while Russian-wide power. Russian-wide power outages. Six methyl, the biggest shift to keep Julia Brogan, the woman who Olinda Zelenska looks for as the easy chic tailoring, has been moving private fitting online after her clients fled a country at war. The forward designer who learned her trade by watching a craftsman father, not being able to interact with her loyal customers, who views Sixth trademark business cool suits as a form of armor against the war, has been tricky. It took 2 months to adapt to the new digital reality and set up tech-first atelier skills to allow the Bodan to deliver the bespoke nature of the 6 pieces from behind the computer screen. I'm very proud of my team for their spirit and the bravery, says Julia of her workforce, who have remained in Kiev despite of the conflict. This united spirit has meant Bogan has not lost a single member of her atelier staff, and all orders have been delivered on time. Something not all Ukrainian business has been able to hope for, and which has given Bogan a new sense of perspective of a sixth place in the fashion industry. We realize that we are worthy to be presented in Europe. We have a lot of to show, says the focused businesswoman who is using current situation as a platform to raise awareness of the sixth is pursuing via pop-ups in London and Paris. We feel seen, heard, and respected, asserted Bogan, who hopes for the same for her peers. I strongly believe that this is just the beginning of a Korean fashion industry. Now it is the time for discoveries, and we can't miss this chance. The biggest shift for Kyiv-based Julia Bogan, the woman who Olena Zelenska looks to for easy chic tail, biggest shift for the woman has been moving prior fittings online after her client fled a country at war. For a designer who learned her trade by watching a craftsman, father not being able to interact with a loyal customer, not able to interact with the who view sixth trademark business who stood as a form of armor. 갑옷. The trademark business used as a form of the armor against the war has been tricky. It took 2 months to adopt a new digital reality setup to take first atelier skill to allow the Bogan to deliver the best from nature of 6 pieces from the behind the computer screen. I'm very proud of my team for their spirit and bravery, says Julia of her workforce, who have all remained in Kiev despite the conflict. This united spirit has meant Bogan has not lost a single member of her atelier staff, and all orders have been delivered on time. Something not all Ukrainian businesses have been able to hope for. Something not all Ukrainian businesses have been able to hope for, and which has given Bogan a new sense of the perspective of 6 places in the industry. 6th place in the fashion industry. 6th trademark. We realize that we are worthy to be represented in Europe and that we have a lot of to show, says the focused businesswoman who is using her current situation as a platform to raise awareness of the 6 experts in sewing via pop-ups in London and Paris. We feel seen, heard, and respected, 주장하다 Bogan, who hopes for the same for her peers. 또래. Who hopes for the same for her peers. I strongly believe that it is just the beginning of the Ukrainian fashion industry. Now this is a time of discoveries, and we can miss the chance.